Hi, my name is Ogo, and in this tutorial, you're going to be learning how the difference between a 7 segment and an 8 by 8 lead matrix. So I'll just go ahead and do some explaining and show you how they are actually the same but different in arrangements that are different in arrangement of their of the different units. So sit back and watch. Thank you. So basically, I'll just explain the difference between the 7 segment and the 8 by 8 lead matrix. They're actually the same, but they are physically arranged differently. So the 7 segment actually has 8 LEDs. I'll show you. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is 8. So comparing to the column of an 8 by 8, here we have A, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you can see that they're actually the same. And I'll just go ahead and do some mapping so that you can actually see how they. Okay, so here, okay, okay, okay. Then we'll take this. Okay, this is E, this is F, then this is G, then for our decimal point, we have our decimal point here. So we can actually see how that they are physically arranged differently. That's just the difference between the 7 segment, but they are the same. Now, I'm going to talk about next how data is represented on a 7 segment unit and an 8 by 8 lead matrix. You should understand the reason for this comparison is because most of our 7 segment codes, which we'll be writing with our Arduino C, will actually will actually be the same code which we'll be developing for our, which we'll be using for our 8 by 8 lead matrix. So the same concepts that actually work, display concept that works for an a 7 segment LED will work for an 8 by 8 lead matrix. So that's the reason why we're making this comparison, and that's the reason why we're trying to explain that it's the same code that will actually work, but the only difference is how they are physically arranged and how data is represented on each of on the different units, that is on the 7 segment and the 8 by 8 lead matrix. Okay, so as you can see with another illustration between a 7 segment and an 8 by 8 lead matrix, you can see that for an 8 by 8 lead matrix, it has 8 columns. So this is column 1, column, or let's call it column 0, or let's call it column 0, column 1, column 2, column 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And comparing it with an 8 by 8, you see that since we already said that an 8 by 8 and a 7 segment actually has 8 segments. So we have here A, B, C, D, E, F, G, then the decimal point makes it 8. And we can actually map this to say that this actually represents one column. One 7 segment unit represents one column of an 8 by 8 matrix, and on like so. Okay. So you can see that. So it means that an 8 by 8 lead matrix is equivalent to using 8 7 segment units like we have here. So it means that it's actually the same. It's actually we actually have them to be the same, and an 8 by 8 lead matrix is actually equivalent to an to 8 digits 7 segment units. Since actually a 7 segment has actually has 8 bits actually. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and decimal point 8. means that that's actually a byte. So we can actually use a byte to represent data just for a 7-segment unit. A single byte can be used to represent data, and it could be used to display numbers 0 to 9 or alphabetic characters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, which can be used to be represented using a byte on a 7-segment unit. Now, compared to an 8x8 LED matrix, more than using a byte, you will need about 5 bytes. 5 bytes would actually be used to represent a character, a single character, and I will just show you with a simple illustration. Maybe you want to display alphabetic character or a numeric character. So let's assume that 1, based on our connection for an 8x8 LED matrix, let's assume that we are using a 0 for on or a 1, and okay, 0 for on, and we have 1 for off. So let me just go ahead and actually represent the character C on the 8x8 LED matrix. So I'm going to shade. So for the LEDs that will be turned on, I'll shade them with my pen, and for those that will be turned off, I'll leave them unshaded. Okay, so we just want to go ahead and display a character C, that is uppercase character C. So I'll just go ahead and shade this one. Okay. Yep. So I'm actually mapping out my character for C. In another tutorial, we'll actually show you how this is actually done and developed in Excel. So so you can see that for the 8x8 LED matrix, I've actually shaded and I've actually patterned the alphabet character C, uppercase, and assume that this is also a byte. Of course, this is also a byte. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could say, so if we're going to represent this on, we'll take this as a single slice or a column. So this is 1. This is 1. Okay, since it is off, so this is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1. That is on, off, on, off. And if you actually do the, let me just do a simple. So if I were to do this here as, let's look at it. You say 1 for off, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. We have 1, 1. So we're going to convert it to hexadecimal. So if we take this 4, this is actually going to give us 8. This is actually going to give us 8. So if we take these 4 together and we group them, so here we have 100 will give us 8. You can check that out, maybe using your calculator, and 011 will give us 3. So we have here, for this particular, we have 83 hexadecimal. So if we go ahead and do the others, you have 79, 79, 79, and if we were to get this one, we would have here B. Okay, so you can see that it takes a total of 5 bytes to generate for a character on an 8x8 LED matrix. So we actually have another tutorial where we have actually where we used Microsoft Excel to do the to generate our hexadecimal pattern codes for the characters, both for numeric characters and alphabetic characters. We could also use the same concept to design logos on your 8x8 LED matrix. If you have logos or special characters, special designs you want to also do, you want to design an arrow, you use the same concept to actually generate it. So you can see the basic difference between an 8 by 8 LED matrix that uses 5 bytes and a 7 segment unit that just uses one byte. And we said that the 1 byte can be used to represent any character from 0 to 9 and some alphabetic characters A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. So that's just basically the difference between a 7 segment and an 8 by 8 LED matrix. So if you so wish, you can go ahead and where our 7 segment LED codes, where we've done a 6-digit LED scrolling text, you can actually go ahead and convert it to an 8 by 8 LED matrix if you so wish. So you can watch our other tutorials on how to construct an 8 by 8 LED matrix panel, and you go ahead and you make your design. So I want to say good luck. I want to say thank you for watching this tutorial.